Meg from 12inkypawprints.blogspot.com, and I would like to welcome you back to day 3 of my La La Land Crafts product spotlight for the new products that are now in the shop. Today I'm going to be introducing you to 2 new background sets. One is called Just For You, and it is a gingham background set, and the other one is called Wood Rings, and it is a wood background set. So both of these background sets are composed of a large background stamp that measures about 4.5 by 5.5 inches, and then a variety of mini stamps that go along with it. So the first one I'd like to introduce you to, let's set the wood rings aside and talk about Just For You. This is a gingham stamp set, and I am a gingham addict. I always have been, I always will be. I absolutely adore gingham. And it comes with a sentiment that says Just For You, a basket to put some flowers in, a vase to put some flowers in, or a jar, however you interpret it, and some flowers. The flowers are daffodils and tulips, and they are just very beautiful when they're stamped up. So let me show you a couple products real quickly of how I use this new product, these new stamp sets. So the first sample I wanted to introduce you to, or that I wanted to show you, is this one. I absolutely loved making this. My inspiration for this was to try to make something that looked like a picnic blanket. So I took the gingham background stamp and I stamped it in red, and then I cut it into 1-inch squares and kind of interwove it in a checked pattern with some white squares, and then I stitched it with teal thread. And I think that it does turn out to look like a picnic blanket, so I'm very happy with it. I added the triangle lace border dies on the edge to give it a nice romantic feel, and then my main action is happening in the middle. So I took the large teapot die, and I used the flowers from this new stamp set, and instead of putting them in a vase or in the basket, I just laid them on the side, just a bouquet of flowers like you'd find out when you're having a picnic, and I think that they just look great that way. I created these layers by using the double stitched circles dies, the scallop circles dies, and then back here, this is actually the cherry blossom fan. I used about 4 cherry blossom fans, and I created that background. So I had a lot of fun making this project with this new stamp set. Let's put that off to the side too. Put that one over here. The second project I made, which is actually with all of these new products that I've been showing you over the last 3 days, this is the first project I ever made, and I absolutely love it. I used Marcy with Tulips, and I gave her a scene in a frame. So this is the Photo Elements die, and I used the Just For You sentiment from the new set. So let me pull it up here for closer for you to take a look. I love the way that sentiment stamps. Just love the font. I'm a big font person, really love fonts. I used the basket stamp, and instead of using the flowers that came with the set, I actually used the Build a Tulip dies. Actually, no, this isn't the Build a Tulip dies. This is the tulip border die. And I cut 3 of those tulips and just stuck them in my basket. I thought they looked real cute that way and really matched the tulips that Marcy was holding. I created a couple different levels with different colored ginghams and used again the triangle lace border die on the edge to give it a bit of a romantic flair. So that's that card. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this awesome wood ring stamp set. There are so many incredible things that you can do with these wood rings. It just doesn't have to be limited to wood. You can do funky backgrounds, skies, rainbows. I mean, the sky is the limit with this stamp set. Comes with 3 cute sentiments with a very funky kind of teenage hipster font. Loved, you are, so you are loved. And then I think this says a beautiful soul. Yes, a beautiful soul. And we've got 2 individual wood rings down here. So the first project I wanted to show you is a seasonal interpretation using the new set. With all the spring, everything going on, and everybody's excited about spring blooms, and we have so many beautiful spring products that you can make with these new stamp sets, I wanted to give you a feel for something seasonal and something Christmassy. So I think the wood ring stamp set is perfect for doing a Christmas design. I do plan on using it for a lot of my Christmas and seasonal cards this upcoming year. But what I did is I embossed the wood rings let me try to get in the middle of this camera. I embossed the wood rings so that they are kind of a shiny, I don't know if you can tell, super shiny. And I paired it with Mary Molly and little baby Jesus. And then I created kind of a little, I don't know if you want to call it like a bouquet or like a wreath type look, using one of these smaller wood rings in the new stamp set. So I used a variety of dies with this project, the Noel word die, the nested small and large dies. I'm not quite certain. These are 2 pine trees. Can't quite remember what the name of this die was. This is the pine bough die, which I believe was from the November 2017 club kit. This is the North Star die. And this little tag was made from the Stitched Elements die. So that's the first project I made with this new stamp set. And the second project I made is pretty outside the box. This actually is probably one of my favorite projects that I've ever made in my whole life. I absolutely love it. I used the wood rings background and I created a rainbow. I put it back there with the Stitched Sun and Clouds die to give it a little bit of context up in the air there. The Happy Stitch die and a lot of grass, a lot of the grass border die to give it some context. Then I took the individual wood rings, the smaller pieces, and I created flower centers out of them. I had so much fun with this stamp set. I used the Scallop Circles die to give some frills to the edges of my flowers, and then this is the Build a Tulip die, the stem and the leaves. This is also a diorama card, so it's got lots of different levels to it, and I had a blast creating this. So let me put my projects back up here so you can see everything that I showed you today. I hope that you get some of these products and you give them a shot. I would give a shot at working with them. Love to see what you make, so don't forget to tag me or send me an email or a message with your project. I love seeing what everybody makes with these awesome La La Land Crafts products. So I will, at the end of this video, I'll have a little sign up there with my blog address. I would be delighted if you come to visit me on my blog. Also, this YouTube channel, my YouTube channel is brand new. I have a lot of exciting La La Land Crafts tutorials, projects, coloring videos, just a lot of exciting stuff coming up. So if you love La La Land Crafts like I do, and you want to stay up to date with my activities and just all the fun stuff that I'm doing with them, and get some inspiration from me, then please follow me along. Talk to you soon. Bye.